Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is Lakers Voices. Lonzo Ball has been kind enough to give us some of his time and join us here. The idea is that you guys get to ask him some questions, and I will facilitate for you. But we want to remind you this is always brought to you by our friends at Toyota. 41 years suiting up together with the Lakers. That is almost exactly twice our age, Lonzo. But first, before we get to some of your questions, Renee, who is the Toyota Sweepstakes winner, has an excellent question that she wants to ask you, Lonzo. So Renee, congrats and thank you. We appreciate you having you here.
Thank you. So, do you have how do you prepare for game day?
How do I prepare for game day? I usually work out in the morning and then take a long nap if I can, and then go shoot around before the game and then just listen to music before tip-off, and that's pretty much all I do.
Thank you, Renee. Appreciate that. Now, Renee, Lonzo actually, he told me, what city was this? Maybe it was Milwaukee. He took a 4-hour nap.
Milwaukee,
which I was very impressed with. Now, that almost qualifies as a full night's sleep. You know?
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a long season.
Yeah.
You know, time travel and stuff, changing time zones, so got to catch up on some sleep.
Very smart question. All right, so the first question I'm going to ask you from somebody that was following along, Lonzo, is from Robin Motes, and here it is. Is being a Laker everything you hoped it would be, or have there been any surprises thus far? Adds that I'm enjoying watching you figure this out. So anything that's been a surprise for you?
Well, I'll answer the first part. You know, just being a Laker, yeah. You know, wanted to be a Laker my whole life. You know, finally got the opportunity to put the jersey on. So, you know, I try to cherish every moment. And, you know, obviously, you know, it's a new league for me, so I'm still trying to, you know, learn things, figure it out. But I think it's just part of the journey, part of the grind. So just sticking to it, and, you know, happy to see what the future holds.
All right, Lonzo. So I remember at Chino Hills, and I'm sure probably long before that, you've always pushed pace. Okay, that's been something that's been sort of a family rule and principle. And so, you know, same thing, UCLA, you changed the way that team played. I hear, I think that the Lakers for a while were around 4th or so in pace, but the question from Danny is it hard getting used to the pace of the NBA? And so not just, I guess, in terms of the pace that things move, but I wondered for you, who's grown up playing fast, how different is the NBA?
I mean, guys are bigger. So, I mean, they're bigger and faster pretty much. So, you know, it's the highest level. So the game's sped up a little bit more, you know, definitely more than college. So I think it plays into my game. So, you know, I like playing the NBA.
So you think about the bodies and this difference in size and athleticism. You know, these are literally 450 of the best athletes in the whole world. You're going to feel that change. But last year, so there's a play where Ingram kind of went into Embiid and still finished through contact. That wasn't going to happen last year probably for him. So that 1 year makes a difference. And I'm wondering, can you feel that physicality difference, and how does it affect your shots? How does it affect where you're able to go?
Like you said, you know, guys are a lot bigger, a lot faster, a lot stronger. So you know, like I said, it comes with time. You know, my body just has to mature. Just turned 20. You know, you're going against a grown man every night. So, you know, like I said, the future's bright. You just got to keep working.
All right, Lonzo. Next one here from Albert. Albert says, besides basketball, what else are you passionate about?
I like rap music. I listen to music all the time, and I like movies as well. It's a lot of entertainment.
All right, so I guess we can get into the music thing for a second here. So I know you respect Nas, okay? We had that whole thing on Twitter.
Cleared it up.
But you cleared it up. So would you like to clear it up again, just given the rap music, and give me a couple of your favorites that you listen to right now?
Okay. Well, just going on Nas, you know, obviously, you know, he's one of the best from his era. I just feel like it's a new time. So, you know, his music now is not as relevant as it was, you know, back in the day. So that's why I said that, clear that up. And now it's like, you know, Migos, Future, you know, Young Thug, those guys. That's the new wave. That's what everybody's listening to. So that's what I listen to now too.
Which makes total sense. I think this is a conversation that people of different generations have had since the music was around, right? Like 20 years makes a big difference. When I listen to somebody like Future, I'm trying to figure out what the words are as compared to, you know, Biggie or Tupac or, you know, somebody like that where you know, Eminem, Wu-Tang Clan. So what about the music? Is it a combination of the beats? Maybe you hear them.
Yeah, the beats are new. You know, a lot more 808, a lot more banging beats. But to make it easier, I kind of compare it to basketball. It's like you take someone like Charles Barkley. You know, he was killing back in the day. You put him in the NBA now. You know, like, you know, what is he going to do? That's kind of like how I see older, you know, rappers.
That's an interesting question. So Barkley could probably play center.
That's what I'm saying.
Now. Right, but
he
would
not
be a monster in transition
as he was back when he really played. You know, I'm not saying plug him in when he was his age and now. I'm talking about his age right now. Put him in the NBA, and then, you know, that's how I compare.
All right, interesting comparison. All right, let's go to one, Lonzo, from this Black GYE. I'm not sure if that's guy, which is missing the U in between. Who were your childhood heroes outside of basketball?
That's a tough one. I mean, my whole life revolves around basketball. I mean, I guess we can go to football. I like Mike Vick, a lot of quarterbacks. I like Lil Wayne as a rapper. I mean, that's about it.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan McFuller wants to know, when are you going to collab with Damian Lillard?
I mean, I'm always up for it. It's up to him. If he wants to take that time and, do something together, I'm all for it.
Yeah, Damian's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I've heard that Amon Shumpert is pretty good.
Shumpert's good, too.
You
Yeah,
heard
he just
something?
had a freestyle out.
Okay.
Dope.
Is there anybody else in the league that you listened to the last couple of years?
Those are the two at the top that I always hear, that I always listen to. So.
Okay. When you're thinking, I know you've put some songs together. What do you do first? Do you lyrics? Do you put a beat together on your computer?
I usually get the beat first and then write to it. But I try to make everything, realistic. So just write about, what's going on, my life, the brand, myself. So I just keep it basic.
What's your way of getting the beats? Do you have like a program for it?
You have a producer.
Okay.
I don't make the beats. They just give them. Yeah, I can't make beats.
Dr. Dre?
Something like that, but nah, not him.
Okay. All right.
Nah.
Maybe someday.
One day.
He's been known to make a beat or two. All right. The Daniel 1999 Lonzo would like to know, if you could combine any two players in the NBA to create a super player, which two would you combine?
Oh.
That is an interesting question.
That's a great question. There's so many combinations.
Do you want to do modern or all time? Current?
If it was all time, I'd probably go LeBron and Shaq. Yeah. But current, LeBron and either Curry or Giannis, one of them.
Okay, ooh, that'd be a fun player.
Yeah.
Curry and Giannis mixed together.
Yeah.
Kobe and Shaq might be a fun historical player.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of combinations you can go. It's not really a wrong answer for that.
Yeah. Or what about like, I'm trying to think of somebody like Muggsy Bogues and Sean Bradley. Like, what would that combo look like? Okay. I'll get on to the next one. Deadly Alley. One thing you like about Luke, presumably Luke Walton.
Man, I think the best thing about Luke is he was a player, so he's a player's coach. He knows how the league is. He knows how to, talk to players, how to relate to them. So he's like one of us. One of us is coaching us. So I think that's the best trait he has.
Luke, I noticed with Luke that he's good at relating to you, but
right.
by not just putting himself in your shoes, but it seems like he cares about what you think back.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair?
For sure. Great coach. He's just starting out too, just like us. But you would think he's been in the league for a while. The way he got us playing right now and playing defense and stuff. So he's definitely helping us turn it around.
What's the thing that you and Luke might talk about the most that's not basketball? Is it music? Is it some TV? Is it anything else?
He thinks he's kind of funny, but his jokes aren't really too good. But I mean, he tries to joke with everybody. He might get a laugh just out of respect.
And since he controls playing time,
you get a little chuckle, like I said.
Yeah, so you got to be careful how. Yeah,
right.
He's probably not watching this, so I don't think he saw that. All right, Will Davis has a question for you, Lonzo. Yo, bro, I'm a big fan. Keep your head up. We know you'll be great. Block out all the haters. They can't see the future. So this is really more of just a nice compliment.
In the words of Bogut, respect. That's what Bogut always says.
So. That's his go-to?
That's like his go-to line. Respect. That's all I can say for that one.
Yeah, all right. Has Bogut taught you anything about life or basketball?
Oh, man, Bogut talks a lot, man. I mean, it's not always positive, but definitely, learned a lot from him already. He helps a lot on defense, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the most he helps me at, defense.
I'll ask you about defense because traditionally in the NBA, point guards, and especially young point guards or even just young guards, it takes a while to figure out how to be a defense. But Luke's been pretty consistently complimentary of the way that you've been playing defense. So what are the things that the coaches are telling you that you feel like you've been able to do, and why do you think that's been?
We've just been drilling it since the summer. So I mean, we've been playing hard, a lot of energy, a lot of effort on that end. So it's not showing in just my game. The whole team is playing better defense this year. So I mean, that's just credit to the coaches putting us in the drills and showing us film every day and just drilling it.
All right, so what's the difference? So, let's say you're at UCLA and you're playing against De'Aaron Fox, at Kentucky. So you've got a certain game plan that's geared towards stopping him. But the NBA game plan, I'm expecting, just has to be bigger and there are more threats on other parts of the floor.
For sure.
Right?
And, you got the shot clock. It's a lot quicker, and then you can't sit in the key. So, I mean, you're on the island most of the time. And when you get picked, you're going to get hit. You just got to get over it, fight through it. So, you know, like I said, that's when guys come in bigger, faster, stronger. You know, it makes it a lot harder.
You know, so you've had some really good games in terms of blocking shots. You're at about 1 a game so far, which is good for a guard position. I think, you know, Dwayne Wade maybe the best shot blocking guard of all time. Jordan, certainly up there as well. But what are those guys? What did they have that you think helped them in being able to anticipate and playing the weak side and still get it back to their man? And how do you do that?
I mean, athletic, and they have great timing. You know, sometimes you watch tape on them, they'll jump before the guy even, you know, gets his shot in motion and just wait in the air to see the ball and hit it. So that's what I got it from. Like you said, D-Wade, I've seen D-Wade block a lot of shots, you know, growing up. So, you know, it also helped that I played, you know, center for a little bit when I was in high school. So had to, you know, control the key.
Well, you are 6'6", right? So at certain times you were the tallest player on the floor.
Yeah.
And it was just the thing that helped your team win the most? But
yeah, just, you know, had to protect the basket.
So you played center, then you get the ball, and then play point on the other end.
Made the fast breaks a lot easier.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, look, that's been part of what your rebounding has done this year. So you're right around 7 rebounds a game, 6.6. And is it, so sometimes when you watch Oklahoma City, right, and if Russell Westbrook gets a rebound, he's definitely getting help from his bigs who are blocking out other guys. But is there any design to that? If Brooks sees that, okay, if you get the ball, you can just get one step closer?
It's an advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, Westbrook's a perfect example. You know, if he gets the ball and pushes it, I mean, you know, that's going to be easy offense every time. So that's what I try to do. You just got to be in shape and go get the ball.
All right, Lonzo, let's get back to a question from Sanely Insaneful. Hazo, best of luck with the rest of the season. I was wondering what has been the biggest adjustment you've had to make thus far in your short NBA career. It goes on to say, basically, what have you noticed is the biggest difference between your prep and pro careers?
I think the scouts are the biggest difference. You know, everybody knows your moves, everybody knows your game. And it's a lot that goes into it, you know, just preparation-wise, other than just the game, you know, especially mentally. So I think that's the biggest, you know, adjustment for me.
Gotcha. So there were a bunch of different questions about all kinds of different things. Some of the questions about your shot, which, you know, look, various coaches have said, stop worrying about it. He's going to be fine. He hit shots in college, hit shots in high school. You've had to answer a lot of questions about it. I know you get how this all works, right? Yeah. So you get, if you don't shoot well, we're all going to ask you about it. But what would you say is have you learned about that? Because, you know, you hit shots in practice. Sometimes they go in a game, sometimes they don't. Right. Where are you at with that right now?
Well, I've been a shooter my whole life. You know, I feel I have. So, like I said, you know, it's just confidence. Just got to keep shooting it. You know, they're going to start falling. You
know, when you're watching you in Staples Center, you can almost feel, you know, all of the tension and the pressure and the focus on you and on even individual shots, it seems like. Are you able, or maybe that's just from the outside looking in, are you able to kind of clear that out when you're on the court, just think about the plays, think about the players, or is it?
For the most part, I've been trying to.
Yeah.
You know, last game I think it got to me a little bit, but, you know, it's just a bad game. Shake it off. Back in there on Friday, you know, let them go again if they open.
All right. How'd practice go today?
Practice was pretty light. A lot of film work today.
You know, it's interesting in the NBA season, you don't often see a team 3 times in the course of a month, but you get Phoenix again tomorrow.
Right.
So you kind of, you know, you already know the scouting report for the most part. Does that help?
Today was mostly, you know, looking at last night. You know, we had some slippage, you know, in defense and stuff. So, I mean, we're going to watch Phoenix tomorrow, but yeah, we already played them, you know, twice. So we pretty much know, you know, the game plan for that.
Right. So of course you'll have shoot around tomorrow and focus more on Phoenix. Right. But I guess let me state the question this way: since you've seen them twice now, even that meeting has to feel a little different from a team like Philly that you hadn't seen yet, right? Right. So what? But be more specific about that. So when you're sitting in that film session and there's here's what Devin Booker likes to do, right? What's something you might hear the coaches say tomorrow's shoot around?
Well, like you said, definitely Devin Booker. You know, it's 5 people guarding him, not just one. And then, you know, box out for the bigs. And they like to run like us. So, you know, it's going to be a fast-paced game, high scoring. So whoever gets the most stops is going to win. That's usually the game plan.
Gotcha. It was interesting, too, because the first game against Phoenix was super up and down. The last game was a little bit more defensive-minded and a little bit more turnovers, but you guys were able to win both styles.
Right.
So I guess that's a good thing for you. All right, here we go. Chris Tiller would like to know, if you weren't playing basketball as your profession, what other sport would you play and why?
Well, I love football, but my dad never let me play. And the only other sport I played was baseball. But if it was up to me, I mean, I would want to play football. Yeah.
All right, so
football fan.
So position, what's your?
Quarterback or receiver. If I'm a receiver, though, I'm only going deep. I'm not going in the middle at all.
You're not trying to get hit?
No, I ain't getting hit. Just touchdowns only.
That worked for Randy Moss.
Awesome.
Yeah. Do you know your 40 time?
I don't. I know you know, the corners aren't that big, so just throw it up.
You know, sometimes you, well, that's true. So sometimes when you're a pass-first player, and that's where you come in with that rep, I think people may disassociate athleticism somehow. But I think you measured over 35 inches on the vertical, so it's you've got that athleticism too.
I got
would
some.
you say?
A little bit.
You got a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that reminds me. Kuzma almost got Embiid last night.
He gonna get somebody. He keep trying. He gonna get one to go.
I think
He's right there. He gets closer every time.
Who were the first? He tried it early in the season.
It's got to be like his fifth time. At least he hit the rim this time, because usually
Yeah.
he just throw it.
Yeah,
he getting closer.
Was it in the Clipper? Was it in the first game he tried one?
I know he tried one versus Denver.
That's right. Okay, against
Denver.
Denver.
He tried yesterday.
Yeah.
I think he tried one against Milwaukee. He goes to the basket hard.
I respect the effort. Now at some point you will try to dunk on somebody too. Yes.
Right. I told him I'm gonna get somebody before he does. So
that's part of the Lonzo and Kuzma
battle.
battle.
Another battle we have. Yeah.
You know, people did see. You know, our friends Ty and Josh shot some of the workout that you had, or the one-on-one that you had with Kuzma after practice.
Yeah.
You won that one.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Okay, that was easy. Now, just take me through the general one-on-one battles with Kuzma.
Well, to me, he's like a big man, so you know it's easy to stay in front of him. You just gotta make sure he don't run me over, and then offense, you can do whatever you want.
What does that mean?
I mean, I can shoot, go around, go by him. I mean, it was just more getting my confidence up, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Like practice dummy.
Sure. And you guys do the half-court shots also?
Yeah, it's like 10-1. He only won that one day.
Really?
Really.
It's 10-1 overall?
Something like that.
Now I have seen there was a Lakers. I guess it was kind of a team family gathering here that they put on for you, and I saw you almost beeline straight to the court and start doing half-court shots with your brother. So So I'm guessing that's just something you guys have done for a long time.
Done it for a very long time.
Yeah.
My brother shoots him in the game like that, regular shot. So
yeah. So how's he doing right now? Everything good?
Everything's good. The middle one's back home. You know, everything's getting worked out, and then the youngest one at home, getting homeschooled and working out.
I just meant it with the basketball with your youngest brothers. How's the shot coming along? The half quarters or progressive?
I mean, when I played him, he beat me. So I mean. Yeah.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right, Lonzo. Let's go to Manin Abbasi. Are you on any TV shows these days? And I think he means watching.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball Super Fire.
I've never heard of that one, but definitely got into Power. But waiting for a new one to come out, and then just try to get into Game of Thrones. Finish the first season. It's pretty good.
Okay, I had heard that you just started Game of Thrones, and I felt very happy for you.
It was highly recommended.
It's an excellent show. You're gonna enjoy. Have you been enjoying it so far?
Yeah, like I said, first season was great.
It's gonna keep getting better.
Okay.
I wish that I hadn't watched it now, so that I could go through the experience again of watching it. It's very good. Now, some people also read the books, but if you're watching the shows, I don't know if you need to.
I don't like reading. I hate reading. It's so boring to me.
But it depends what you're reading, man. There are a lot of great books out there.
People tell me that, like, these great books. Nah, ever since a kid, I just hated reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kids, don't listen to that, though, okay?
Reading. Stay in school, man.
Stay in school, read your books, okay? Not everybody makes it to the NBA. Reading is good, though. All right,
I heard it's good for the mind and stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
you just have to get
it's boring.
Well, it depends. So for example, now you said you love rap music, right?
Right.
So Jay-Z wrote a book called Decoded, where he basically breaks down not every, but most songs that he's written. Mm-hmm. And I think you would find that interesting, not only somebody who probably likes Jay-Z, but is thinking about honing that craft as well. Would that be something you would
I
take?
just put my headphones in, listen to his music, and just dissect it myself, to be honest.
Hard-headed generation. I don't think I'm gonna get to this. All right, Lonzo. Here's the last question. This is about college basketball from B-Man.
Okay.
Who's your Final Four NCAA picks?
My Final Four NCAA picks: UCLA, Kansas. Who else is nice? Duke. Duke is cold this year, and then Michigan State.
So quick follow-up along those lines. Which guys did you kind of play with? And I know you didn't play in a lot of the AAU tournaments. Your dad kept you in a different league. But which of these guys do you think is going to pop? Like that you've seen play or that you played with just one player? Is there one guy you like?
Man, I really don't know too many of the younger guys, but
if you want, give me somebody in your draft class too. Somebody like
I know Miles Bridges, you know, looking forward to him having a big year. Grayson Allen got off to a great start. So those two guys are the guys I'm going to be looking at, yeah.
Lonzo Ball, hey, thank you so much for the time.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate it, man. We know you got a busy day, and this just took away at least a half hour of nap time that you could have been
Sorry,
napping
I'll
at.
make it up.
So thanks to Toyota. Again, 41 years together with the Lakers, and we will see you guys next month with another guest.